Okay, good evening once again. We are going to conclude our discussion on decision making. In our previous lesson, we talked about what decision making is. We talked about the steps involved in decision making. And we also look at people or groups who are involved in decision making. We are going to now look at the types of decisions, then look at the importance of decision making, and then we end with situations in which decisions are made. So let's go straight. Now we are looking at types of decisions. Remember, I didn't say types of decision making. That tells you there is a difference between decision making and decision. When you go through the decision making process, you arrive at a decision. And it is the decision you use to solve the problem. So let's take note of that. And you should also know that problem solving is not the same as decision making. The two are not the same. Problem solving is not the same as decision making. The moment you talk about decision making, then it means you are choosing from among several alternatives the best alternative that will be able to solve the problem. So what are the types of decisions that we have? Basically, we have two main types of managerial decisions. And we have done the various levels of management. So you know top level management, you know middle level management, and you know lower level management. So we are looking at managerial decisions, and I said there are two main types of managerial decisions. Either it is programmed decision or non-programmed decision. So I have indicated here that basically there are two categories of managerial decisions. So managerial decisions. You can have your personal decision. We are looking at managerial decisions. And we said they are programmed decisions and non-programmed decisions. So when you say something is non-programmed, it is not programmed. So let's start from here. Programmed decision. When you say something has been programmed, what does that mean? I hope you know what a robot is. So if you say it has been programmed, yes, robots have been programmed to do whatever they are to do. So when you activate them, whatever they have been programmed to do, that is exactly what they do. So what does it mean when you say something has been programmed? If you understand the concept of programmed, now some of you can even program your life in school, so that you know this is what I'm supposed to do today at this time. I'm supposed to do this. You can program your day. You can program your day. So when you say decision is programmed, what does that mean? Now remember, I said managerial decisions. So either the decision is made at the top, or middle, or at the lower level. So these two types of decisions are made by different levels of management. And then program decisions, they are usually made by lower level management. And top and middle level management also make program decisions. Then the top level management will make non-programmed decisions. So what is program decision? You see, there are certain problems in organization. They occur and reoccur. So they occur frequently. And as a result of that, there have been rules that have been established to deal with such problems. There are procedures that have been established to deal with such problems. There are policies that have been established to deal with such problems. So you see, such problems that are routine in nature. When I say they are routine in nature, it means they occur regularly. They are repetitive. We repeat them. You do it, they come, certain things, they come tomorrow, they come today, tomorrow they come, yesterday they came, and then they reoccur in the organization. So they are routine and they are repetitive. You see, when it happens like that, then it means management has already gone through the decision-making process and they have solution for that particular problem. So as soon as the problem occurs, there is a known solution for that particular problem. So such decisions that are used for known problems, or they are applicable to known problems, they are what we call programmed decisions. And I mentioned some of their characteristics. So if you look at it, I said programmed decisions. They have indicated here that they are made by the lower level managers and then the middle level managers. And these are the characteristics of program decisions. The first thing is that these are routine. So one of the characteristics of program decisions is that they are routine in nature. They are repetitive and they are applicable to known problems. And I've already explained that one to you. Another characteristic or something about that is that such decisions, that is program decisions, they handle well-structured problems that are or that reoccur or that are familiar. They handle well-structured problems that are familiar. When you say a particular problem is structured, why do you say that this building is a structure? Why do you say it is a structure? When you say something is structured, what does that mean? And that is what I have indicated here. I said, when you say that something is structured, it means that it is arranged. It is arranged according to a specific plan. It is arranged according to a specific plan. So you call that building structure because that building has been arranged according to a specific plan. The person who built it had a plan, and then he built it according to that plan. So it is a structure. So if you say that it is well structured, it means that we have put things together in an organized way. In a deliberate, organized way. So it is well structured. It is well structured. And it is because they reoccur. We have known solutions to such problems. So that is that one. That's it. They deal with recurring solutions, recurring situations. They deal with recurring situations. When you say something is recurrent, means it occurs, then it occurs. It is not a one-shot situation. It reoccurs. That is why we say it is routine and repetitive. So they deal with recurrent situations. Then I have already indicated that management has developed rules, procedures, policies to deal with such situations. That they involve some amount of certainty. Program decisions involve some amount of certainty. In other words, you see, they have been tested. You can say that they have been tested and proved. They have been tested and proved. So you know that this particular decision will be able to solve this problem. You know. So they involve some amount of certainty. That is, the outcomes are known. Once you apply them, you know what they are going to do. If after some time you realize that they are no more efficient in solving the problem, you know the environment is not static, it is dynamic, things change. So you can have a program decision today, and then after some time it may not be efficient. Then you may have to make changes. So that is for that one. Then we move to non-program decisions. Once you know program, non-program, opposite of program is non-program. So it's very simple. And remember that these decisions are made by top-level management. And they are not well structured. They are loosely structured. They are unique. And standard routines cannot be developed. Here, you can develop standard routines. But here, if you look at this one, standard routines cannot be developed. Now, let me explain this one to you. You see, we have learned about decision making and the steps involved. When decision is programmed, then means you will not you use it to solve problems. But the non-programmed decisions, they are one shot. They are one shot time. That means they occur once a while. They appear. For example, you'll be there, and then because of one reason or the other, because the environment has changed, demand has so much increased, you want to employ hundreds of workers. That decision is not a programmed one. It is not programmed because there may be other alternatives. If you want to merge your company with another company, that decision is not a programmed one. It is not programmed decision. So they are loosely structured, unique, and standard routines cannot be developed. They deal with non-routine. Remember, this one deals with routine situations. This one, they deal with non-routine, unusual, or exceptional problems. Exceptional problems. Not recurrent problems. Exceptional problems. Then we also say that the problems are non-recurring. We have already talked about that one. And I'm giving you examples of non-programmed decisions. When you are introducing a new product line, you know what a product line is. Remember, in one of our discussions, we talked about product line, even though we have not started marketing. So if you are an organization, you are making a particular product, maybe one product, you are making toothpaste, then you decide to add sandals. It means you want to add another product line. The toothpaste is a product line, and then you want to produce sandals. That's also another product line. That decision is not a program decision, because there are other alternatives. Should you produce the sandals or what? Even the sandals for which group of people, and so on. So you need to go through the decision-making process. So if you want to introduce a new product line, then that decision is a non-programmed one. Then I also talked about merging with other companies. I talked about if you want to employ hundreds of workers, all these are non-programmed decisions. So that's it. So these are the two main managerial decisions. But we can also have, we have the various levels of management. Top level management, middle level management, lower level management. And each level makes decisions. So just as we have talked about strategic plans, tactical plans, and operational plans, and these are plans that are made by the various levels of management. In decision making too, because you also make decisions, we can also have strategic decisions, we can have tactical decisions, and we can have operational decisions. If you understand the concept of the various levels of management. Then you know strategic planning or strategic planning. You know tactical plans or tactical planning. You know operational plans or operational planning. Then these become very simple because in the course of plan they take decisions. So the decisions that the top level management will take, that will certainly be strategic decisions. Middle level managers will take tactical decisions, and the lower level managers will take operational decisions. I don't think I even need to explain this because we have done strategic planning. So you know what strategic planning is. You know what tactical planning is. You know what operational planning is. You know what strategic plans are. You know what tactical plans are, and so on and so forth. So I said strategic decisions are concerned with establishing organizational goals. You know, in strategic planning, top level managers establish the entire objective of the organization, and then they develop the policies and strategies that are needed to be able to achieve those objectives. So in strategic decisions, they establish the goals, and then they also develop policies and strategies, and they solve problems that are unique. So that is for strategic decisions. And I also said strategic decisions impact on the impact on the general direction of the firm, because it is by the top level management and it affects every part of the organization. Then I indicated, I said, note, compare strategic decisions with the non-program decisions. Strategic decisions are those that are taken by the top level. So their set decisions are non-programmed. So the characteristics of non-programmed decisions, that is what we find here. You find all those characteristics here. So that is for strategic. Then tactical decisions, you know, the middle level managers, the departmental heads. So what do they do? Tactical decisions are concerned with establishing departmental objectives. This one deals with establishing general objectives for the organization. So when the general objectives have been passed to the middle level managers, they also establish departmental decisions. And in the course of establishing departmental plans, certain decisions might be taken. So they are concerned with establishing departmental objectives. That's number one. Structuring work flow. How should work flow in the organization? It also deals with distribution channel that they are supposed to use. Whether they are supposed to use direct distribution channel where the organization will sell their products to the consumers, or should they have middlemen? They will take all those decisions. Should they be a retailer or a wholesaler or both? You take all those decisions at that level. Then you also look at personnel training. Personnel training. Are they going to have on the job training, off the job training, or what? You look at all those things. And then budget preparation. So all these are tactical decisions. Then I have said they are made by middle level management, and then they are also routine in nature. So that is for the tactical decisions. Now operational decisions, which are also referred to as routine decisions. Certainly you know what the lower level managers they do. We have learned about operational planning, the day-to-day planning. So if you come to operational decisions, they are related to day-to-day actions of the business. They are related to day-to-day actions of the business. They deal with specific situations. The operational decisions deal with specific situations. And what are they? They include decisions on, number one, the quantity of products to be produced. That's the volume of products to be produced. Selection of new supplier. You have realized that the supplier that you have currently, his quality has fallen. So you want to select a new supplier. That is operational decision. Maintenance of plants, maintenance of machines, all those are operational decisions. So that is that. Apart from this, we can also have personal decisions. So you, the employee, you can have your personal decision. For example, you can decide to resign from the workplace. You can decide to do it. So you can also have your personal decision. So that is for that one. Then there is also what we call group decision. Certainly when you say group decision, we learned previously that the committee can take decisions. Certainly it will be group decision. That will not be individual decision. So several people, 2 or 3, 4, 5, usually 7 people will come together. They may not all agree on the same thing, but they can vote and the majority would certainly win, and then that will become a decision that they will take. So that is for that one. Now let's look at the importance of decision making. How is decision making important? Very simple, straightforward. The first point is that it shows managers' level of competence. If you're a manager and you're able to take good decisions, then it shows how competent you are. If you are a top level manager and you're able to take strategic decisions, middle level manager, you're able to take tactical decisions. Of lower level manager, you're able to take operational decisions efficiently. Then it will show that you are efficient. If you are not able to take decisions that pertain to your level, then it shows how incompetent you are. So it shows managers' level of competence. The second point, very simple, straightforward, is that it determines the success of the organization. If you take the right decisions, the organization will certainly succeed. So that is the point. The third one has already been done. We said that decision making is not a function of its own, but it is basic to all the other, or to all managerial functions. So when you are planning, you make decisions. When you are organizing, you make decisions. When you are directing, you make decisions. When you are controlling, you make decisions. In staffing, you make decisions. So it is fundamental, it is basic to all management functions. And then finally, we said that it justifies a manager's position. It justifies a manager's position. What does that mean? You are a top level manager, that is your position. If you are a middle level manager, that is your position. If you are a lower level manager, that is your position. So if you are a top level manager and you are able to take strategic decisions, then it justifies that you should be there. But if you are a top level manager and you cannot take strategic decisions, but all decisions that you can take are operational ones, that means you don't be qualified to be there. So that is the point. Finally, we are looking at situations in which decisions are made. If you look at here, I have written here when, so under these situations, you make decisions. Number one, so when resources are being allocated, that will be what type of decision? Certainly organized decision. When you are allocating resources, after mobilizing resources, human resources, material resources, you have to allocate the resources. So when you are allocating the resources, who should get what should go to where, and so on and so forth. So a lot of decisions are taken when resources are being allocated. Who should report to whom? Which material resource should go to where? The second situation where decisions are taken is when you are negotiating conditions of service. In your book 3, under human resource management, you'll be talking about conditions of service. As you are employed by any organization as a worker, what is important for you want to know is what are the conditions of service available to you, the rules that govern your engagement, your employment. What are the benefits the organization is going to give to you? What are the benefits? What are the rules? In negotiating conditions of service, decisions are made. So decisions are made as to the salary that is supposed to be paid. Decisions are made as to allowances that are supposed to be paid. Decisions are made as to the types of leaves that you should have and the number of days you should have, and so forth. So when you are negotiating conditions of service under collective bargaining agreement, and you learn about what collective bargaining agreement is, management and then the labor unions, employees, organizations, they come together to discuss the conditions of service. Another situation where decisions are made is when you are fixing prices. When you are fixing price, how much should you charge? What pricing policy should you use? Should you use a high or low pricing policy, which they call price skimming and price penetration respectively? You want to enter into a market, should you charge higher price or lower price? When you are fixing prices, you take decisions. The next one, very simple, straightforward, is that when you are responding to changes in the business environment, you have done business environment, technological environment, social or demographic environment, the legal environment, and so on and so forth. And remember, we said things are not static, so things change. So when there is any change and you are responding to, if there is any change in respect of the economic environment, if loans, if you are going for loan and interest rates are moving higher, what decisions are you going to take? Are you going for the loans? What are you doing? When inflation is high, what do you do? So when you are responding to changes in the environment, you make decisions. And then finally, when performing the managerial functions, which we have already done. So ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of our topic, decision making. So now, let's look at these questions. What is decision making? A manager has broken down the decision making process into 5 steps. Explain the steps involved. Mention any group of people or individuals who are involved in decision making. Give any 3 characteristics of programmed decisions and non-programmed decisions. Distinguish between programmed decisions and non-programmed decisions. Explain the following managerial decisions. I. Strategic decisions. I. Tactical decisions. I. Operational decisions. State any 4 ways decision making is important. Finally, outline any 4 situations decisions are made. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of our topic, decision making. All that you need to do is to study your book. Till we meet again another time, we'll be looking at the various positions in an organization and then their functions. We have already learned about managing director, we have learned about the board of directors and then the general manager. We'll be looking at this. So we meet again another time. Good night.